things go in, they don't come out. I don't know. But because of my lack of knowledge, I went through a teacher training called Space Camp, and I had an experience, a learning experience at 28 years old as an adult, and I was blown away. I was like, oh my gosh, this is how I can teach my math to make it exciting. We're going to launch rockets. I wrote grants to help fund it because we didn't have any money. And all these amazing ways and great standards that I had to teach. I still checked the boxes, but space made it fun and exciting and engaging. So I was excited as a teacher, and then my students were more excited because they saw me excited. So we're all having an amazing time as we're learning, which was the foundation of this program. And that's where it took my students. My students became limitless after I was empowered. This is a LEGO astronaut that we flew on a weather balloon up to 100,000 feet in the atmosphere. So they could capture, that's their camera, that's their data, that's their picture of the Earth over the Arizona desert. So that is what our students are capable of doing. So when I came on to Limitless Space Institute, that's our mission. We're here to inspire and educate the next generation to travel beyond the solar system and help enable those technologies that will take us there. And so we wouldn't be able to do it without our pillars of strength, our towers of strength, through this immeasurable and incredible partnership with IHS Towers. Without them, none of this would be possible. So we're incredibly grateful that we are pushing the boundaries of what our teachers can do and what our students can do, which means we're pushing the boundaries of what our future workforce can do. We're very grateful for that. So, a little bit about our program is that we have teachers from all over the world. We're moving into our third year of this educator program. We have teachers from all across the United States, the UK, Philippines, Mexico, and part of this program we sponsor 10 teachers in Nigeria, and we also have 10 teachers in Brazil. And when we focus on both of these countries with IHS, we wanted to make sure that we try to spread out across the country as much as possible. We had over 200 applications from these teachers. They had to submit a video interview, they had to submit an essay, they also had to submit documentation that shows they're doing innovative things in the classroom, which is why they're all sitting over there. Those are our rock stars. So we had an amazing cohort. It was very hard to choose. We have, even some people in this room were on our review committee. It was one of the hardest reviews we've ever had to do because of volume and talent. There's a lot of talent in our classrooms in Nigeria. They're phenomenal teachers dedicating their lives to rising up the students of Nigeria. And so, through this program, we meet twice a month, because it's not just a one and done. This is a longitudinal program. We are invested for more than just the year. There we go. We meet virtually. It's a hybrid program. So all of our teachers meet virtually once a month to go over curriculum, how to teach this through hands-on activities, and it's very easy to access these hands-on materials so that we know schools don't have a lot of money. It's straws, it's cardboard, it's repurposing things, but it lets the kids be creative. And so we need to go over curriculum, and then we bring an expert from the space industry, whether it's NASA, Axiom Space, or other companies. We bring in the experts to talk about growing crops in space, engineering, rocket propulsion, you name it. We had someone that would talk to students about it, or our teachers, so they can tell them about STEM careers in their classroom. And then the other part of this program, again, it's like it changed my life. The experience is what changes the life of people, whether it's an adult or a child in the classroom. So we don't know what we don't know. So bringing the teachers to view meet the scientists, they can see the rocket, and in this case, they got to go to the astronaut training center. So they got to see what the astronauts train before they go up to the International Space Station. This was an amazing experience for everyone. We got to see what the spacesuits were. This is astronaut Reed Wiseman. He'll be the next person they're going to fly around the moon. Hopefully it happens next year. So he will be the commander. And so they're receiving gifts from our Nigerian cohort. So it's important for the teachers and of course the students to have this exposure of growing plants in space. All of these things that we do in microgravity in a weightless environment where they're floating around, because the teachers will say, well, how does that impact us? And as I mentioned briefly, it does impact us every single day, but we don't always think about it. We don't always know it. So we have to bring that information to our classrooms. So just like growing crops around Earth, if we can find solutions in space in one of the most challenging environments known to human beings, then we can find solutions for humans here on Earth. And so the second in-person piece is actually going to the country. So we were just in Brazil 2 weeks ago, and now we're very honored to be in Nigeria. We bring these wonderful teachers that have been virtually working together for the past 9 months, and now they're working together in person, all together from all over Nigeria. Sometimes, I think some of them first time on airplanes to get here. So again, bringing these unique experiences and this bonding and network, because teachers know it's not easy. It's not easy in the classroom. There's so many challenges. But when you have a group of like-minded professionals they can share experiences with, you can network with, you can find solutions with, you can lean on each other, you have them for life. Your friends and your colleagues for life. And so this week, we're honored to be here with you all to share this, to share the joy, because that's what it's all about. Not just the learning, but the joy of the networking. And I mentioned some of these highlights. Our monthly meetings, we have 100% participation in both cohorts, which is phenomenal because it is virtual and they have to complete evaluations and that data comes to us. We have quotes, we have metrics, there's classroom integration, international classroom connections. So some of our U.S. teachers here have actually been, the students have been working together from Nigeria to the United States, working on engineering challenges together. Virtual classroom visits, so I've been virtually visited almost all the classrooms across Nigeria, which has been wonderful to meet all the students. And we will have the in-person school visits starting tomorrow. So it's really bringing this all together, the human experience. And you can see the students working on projects. But what we're most excited about, which was not required, but these phenomenal teachers have taken this on. Again, you teach someone how to fish, they're set for life. If you empower the teachers and give them the knowledge and the support and the resources, they will change the world. These teachers have taken it on to lead online workshops for teachers for free across Nigeria. Multiple workshops already, 3 I believe, and there's 3 more in the works starting next month in October, where they rely on each other, they bring each other in to share their knowledge and their own skill sets. Everyone brings something to the table, and we're bringing in experts. So we have Oika here from the Nigerian Space Research and Development Agency, so she's been on some of our calls, and she's been sharing as well. So we're bringing the experts, we're bringing in other teachers, even the ones in Brazil and in Mexico have come in to share their experiences and knowledge, and it's just been amazing. So no, it won't stop at the end of our 1-year project. I know that this cohort is going to keep spreading. So these are just a few more pictures of our teachers engaging in this whole program from start to finish with their kids, with their students. But another exciting announcement is that through the real-world application of what we've been doing, every teacher in Brazil and Nigeria has worked with their students to design a experiment that will fly in microgravity. It became a competition amongst the 10 in each country. They presented their student-designed experiments to a panel of NASA and Axiom Space judges back in July, and we selected the winning experiments. So Rashadat Adimosu, at an all-girls school, and her girls, their experiment that they designed will fly on the International Space Station next year. Behind the pillar. So, yes, it's quite an honor. It's very hard, but we have a very wonderful partner, Axiom Space, who supports STEM education. And it's just an honor that it's her school, and it might be the first student experiment from Nigeria. From what I understand. So with that, I just, again, want to thank IHS Powers, because together, we are truly, truly limitless. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. She's going to be here once again in the next education to share with my students. As a very young teenager, Nigerians are not stuff that I heard with my generation. Idea of space is two-way for us. Electricity and TV. Because Nigeria is around say 1980 to 1990. There are those two types of space for us. The first one is those space programs. You know Terra. Who knows Terra? Yes, it's 1999.
Yes.
That's the idea of space. It's Zelda. This is what's the other one? Doctor Who.
IHS, I actually, for most of us, this is our very first time to have this opportunity to be exposed. All of us are teachers, so we know what works for us in Nigeria. But I want to begin by saying they did a very wonderful process. For me, when I got the email as a kid, I knew it was an incredible selection that has integrity, was not connected to anybody or anyone. So all of us we are all qualified to be kids, because I knew they went through a lot of process. I want to say thank you, LSI, for giving us this opportunity. For most of us as teachers, also we know the condition of teachers in our country. For most of us, we are just trying to make the job of Nigeria and to learn something very powerful. I want to thank you again to the IHS. If I want to start to speak on what I've included so far, it has been an amazing experience. As I expressed, I can't recover from, and also my students in particular. This program is actually, I'm a biology teacher, I teach biology and physics science. And this program, just when I saw the process of selection, I said, I don't know anything about space, so because the biology and all of that. But when we began, we got to know that space education can be applied in every subject. In every subject. We have experts that have taught us, like, for example, they taught us that plants can actually go in space. So like an amazing experience. Just got to know. And when teaching biology, I've been able to put that in my lesson. Everything we be taught, whether respiration, we taught how respiration happens, we go to space, body balance, skeletal systems, how this can affect astronauts. And when teaching biology for me, I bring this into the class, and the students are like, wow, we need this kind of, like, we met the astronaut and told us when they will come back to season this. And basically, one thing we got, I got on my own travel. I know this about teachers and also more about our students. We've been able to impact our students that they can bear from very. they can do the undoable. Most times in Africa, we believe, no, you can't do this or you cannot do this. But currently, both my colleagues seated down there, our students are ready to take on this challenge. One thing we want to say today is that in years to come, we will not be looking for astronauts from Nigeria, because we are going to make our students get to know that yes, it is possible for a Nigerian to become an astronaut and compete with anybody around the world. And that's why we are pushing. We are pushing this so hard, and our students are really getting limitless. We've expanded their mind to the point that they are ready to take up this challenge in years to come. Once again, thank you, IHS, and thank you, LSI, for your support.
Thank you, Abraham. Next up, we have Wahab.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm based on the system established program. My name is Abubakar Wahab from Sambu Senior Secondary School, beyond Kwara State, Nigeria. Thank you, IHS. Thank you, LSI, for being part of this program. It was a wonderful experience. My students really gained a lot from this. Let me start by just coming to this because of time. I think anywhere you see something like this, you remember the communication. One of my students asked this question that who sponsored you to the United States of America? And I said LSI, IHS. He said, what are they for? I said LSI is a non-governmental organization. What about IHS? I said they are telecommunication giants. Do you know anything about communication where we have different telephone operators using the same facility built by the company? They said that yes, they can see MTN. I said that most of all those sites that you see all around, they are not all MTN. The company built infrastructure for different telecommunication companies to come and put their equipment on top of it. Now one of them went back home and they went and do some assignment, go to some cell site all around, and they look at it, they said they can model what it look like, and that is why I did it with you. And to further talk about the impact, I said that what are all those symbols? So they went on into research and they said that this is something that look like a drum, or it is a microwave antenna that can transmit. And for students, a basic a grade level 10 students to know something about line of sight in communication. Something that most of us came across when we get to university at this stage. No, this company, they have really done a lot. And I believe one of our problems is we take extra time to tell most of our students most of all these things. But if this can be inculcated into the curriculum, and I'm happy, representative of the government are here present. The governor of my state is the chairman of all the government forums in Nigeria. And I'm happy that Dr. Salau Hadebola is here to have the information across so that the Minister of Education, every other stakeholder in education, because as a teacher, you cannot do all that. We only remain in the 4-1 of the classroom most of our time. So thank you very much.
Next up, we have Rasha.
Went to
Award winner.
they went to eat herself.
Okay,
Saw somebody else.
That's
When Shaka said we should eat ourselves, right? So you like me to record you? Yes, there you go.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Olayinka Joshua. I'm a teacher at the University Grammar School, Lagos. I want to thank IHS for this wonderful opportunity. This program has been fascinating for both me and my students. And I'm a technology teacher, and one of the way one of my goals is to inspire my students and to see beyond their environment. And one of the best ways I've been doing that, because in Nigeria, nobody knows about space. And even me, I don't know about space. The only space I know is about solar system. And the more way I can inspire and I can make my students have interest in space is through movies. And I engage my students through documentaries and movies like The Martians, Cosmos, and they really have interest in it. And there's a video of Prince Archie doing some experiments in space. It's on YouTube. I show my students and they ask me a lot of questions. This is fascinating to them, and they're like, how do this thing move in space? Why is it bouncing? Why is it moving like this? Why is it not dropping? So this brought about our experiments in which LSI gave us to do the microgravity experiment. And my students respond, and what is in our community that we can, all can we experiment about. And the immediately the community that play basketball, and they said, can astronauts, they asked me a lot of questions because they were curious, can astronauts play basketball in space? Right? And that is what we want to achieve. And that's what I'm teaching a junior student, and that's what brought about our experiment, which is project timing. So we work on this experiment, and it was an interesting moment for me. And one of the most valuable moments for this is my students designed this. My students designed this mission for the past of our course. We are called the microgravity Martians. So every Wednesday, I collaborated with a school in the US. Megan, she's the director at, same director at Academy. And every time we have this classroom stage, time challenge, we call the cultural exchange. And my students are learning from American is learning from Nigeria, and that is what IHS has given me and my students. I can't say much. What I want from this program is sustainability.
Yes.
I want it to cascade next step. I want IHS to close the program, sponsor another set of educators. And I want this all over Africa. When I went to the US, I checked the international the country is supporting the international space station. There is no single African country there. And on this mission part, what my students are dreaming of is that we are going to be, Global Junior Grammar School students are going to be the number one students in the country.
Thank you, ladies. Very good paragraph to that. Thank you.
Firstly, I want to appreciate IHS for everything they've been doing for me and my students. Not just with LSI, but I've known them for supporting us before now. And I got this opportunity through them, one of their platforms. That was when I saw the advert and I applied. To LSI, I want to say a very big thank you for the contribution, for everything you have done to support my girls. And I would not stop appreciating my principal. She is here and she has been supporting me. One thing is for you as a teacher to have a dream. You will take your students far away outside the classroom. But if you don't have a supportive principal, then it will be difficult for you. So here I want to appreciate you. Thank you, ma'am, for your support. When I got the application, I told my girls, we are in it again. you have to put in for this entry. And the first question was, Mrs. Ademusu, are you sure we are going to win? And I said, I don't know. Losing is part of the game, but let us be positive. We are females and we always tell ourselves, you must push through. Raise your head high. Let your shoulder be high. Where men are speaking, as a female, stand up and speak. Let people hear your voice. And when we started this experiment, it wasn't fun. But today, I'm happy. I'm the most excited person because we did it. And to God be the glory. This is my school flag, and this is the mission patch, drawn by the girls. My school is a female school. We are all girls. And we've been doing wonderfully well. I know that everything the girls have gone through will not be taken for granted. They can't wait to see the outcome of this experiment. Because I think out of all the 10 schools, we are the only female school. Yes. And the school are done. God will be us. IHS, LSI, thank you very much. For those of us in Lagos State, I want to plead that IHS should please, let's see how we can work with the Lagos State government, because most of our schools are not aware of the space science. I think I'm one of the luckiest person because in my own scheme of work, we have space science as part of the topic. So the question of the curiosity of the girls are, what happened in space? Was astronauts, they go to bed, they sleep, how do they eat in space? Was being answered when I joined the LSI team. Because I have to show them different videos of what is happening in space, the first man to travel to space, and you know, that curiosity beat up their courage that we want to do this. We want to go to space. And can I imagine that I told them we want the experiment. Our experiment to be taken to the space. They are like, are we going to follow you? I said, I don't know. An astronaut needs to be trained before you can go to space. Neither me or you are trained. Probably, if you are trained, will be opportunity to go. Thank you very much.
And we'll be sure to keep you posted as the experiment gets implemented in space next year. Next up, we have Coyote and Hunter.
Good afternoon, Saskama. My name is Coyote Adewale. I'm a mathematics teacher at a Brown Comprehensive High School. Unfortunately, I don't have part of the school when we resumed this session. But as I promised, the Limitless Space Educators, I'm going to all those things. Imagine a lot I'm going to do in my former school. I'm currently in third best teacher in Nigeria. By God's grace, this is an award that I received when I was in the United States of America for Fulbright Teaching Excellence and Achievement Program last year. My objective as a teacher is to contribute and be at the forefront of transforming education in Nigeria. And that is the main thing that I've been making me to go all around to see everything that can cause a transformation in Nigeria classroom. And this is exactly what made me to stumble on this application called Limitless Space Limitless Global Educator Program. And when I saw the application, I was like, oh, what a wonderful place. I want to know more about space. So as I was, scanning through the application, I observed it has a long essay. How do I want to do it? Okay, I have to start sharing the application with my colleagues who are science-oriented and science-oriented teachers. But I observed none of them, a few of them responded to my message. And I said, oh, maybe because of this long essay. I sat down and I started battling the application. I went to go to the stage of what is it called? Read the video, because we are asked to do a 90 seconds of video, which is 1 minute 30 seconds. You can't imagine, I have a manager in my house, who is my wonderful wife, and I really want to appreciate more than 20 times. Now I come up with something that I can present to every time. But I thank God today that it's now a story. By God's grace, we were selected in January, not quite long after I returned from Fulbright Teaching Excellence Achievement Program. Unfortunately for me, when I was coming back, a lot of people were like, "Are you coming back to Nigeria? With this your Fulbright? Can you stay back?" I said, "No, I'm here to represent Nigeria, and I must not do something like this." So, fortunately for me, 3 months after, I got selected again, and I said, "Oh, so I'm going back to US again." So I went on the program in Houston, Texas, and it was awesome. I really want to appreciate Limitless Space Educators. They are doing wonderfully well, and IHS, thank you very much. And as I promised, when I returned from Fulbright Teaching Excellence and Achievement Program, I did a trainer program that I call Transformation to 130. That is giving back to the state government in all our 530 secondary schools that we have in the state. I'm going to replicate that, and I've got approval from the State Ministry of Education to organize a program that I try to open 517 go to Spain. Now, if you want to see how we educate other science educators on how space education can be integrated into science education. Because our aim and our target is to raise the next generation of students that will travel beyond our solar system. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate you. I want to appreciate you.
He's right, that is a no joke.
Afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor to stand before you to share my story. I have always loved to be a teacher right from when I was in SS1, that's grade 10. I have been passionate about teaching, right? So when this application came out, I teach chemistry with the Lagos State Teaching Service Commission, Education District 6. And I saw the application on the Environmental Peace Club platform, an extracurricular club activity group that I coordinate for students in my school. We didn't have any active club activities, but because I believe that our students deserve the best, and I'm constantly working on myself to get trained, and once I get trained, I pump it to them. I'm carrying them along. They are seeing me do it. We get down and get it together. In my class, we don't have decorum. Yeah? We play, we laugh, we sing, we dance, we make learning fun. And it's so amazing the kind of talents we have in our classrooms. You know, I believe that these students, though they are disadvantaged in that they come from underserved communities. My school lives on the rented land at the moment. It's, the main building is still under construction. We hope that it will be completed and we can move them. And another thing, because they are mixed population, I believe we shouldn't leave the boys behind too. They are students who don't believe in themselves. But when I got selected for this training, and I just get to class and I'm like, guys, this is what we're going to do. They look at me like, is this man out of our mind? Okay, but they see me get down, and then it goes together. You cannot distinguish between a student and a teacher when they're in a class. And my colleagues are like, keep it down, class discipline, class management. No. Today's students, I give them assignments that when they submit, I tell them to go and create cartoons, go and do graphic design, go and look at this. Just give them the projects and see what they come up with. You will be blown away. Education has gone beyond the write notes on the board, the write, the cram, and the poem. No. Today's students, they are different. The challenges are there, but this is 21st century, and I believe we must prepare our students to match their international counterparts, despite the limits that we have. But then, we need to charge them that they are limitless. This dream of mine, this passion, led me to convene a training program for 500 teachers in Education District 6, and I brought together all my colleagues from Mexico, Brazil, and the United States of America. I wanted to pour into them that fire, that passion, so that they can take it back to the classroom. Because teachers play a pivotal role in molding these lives, and they cannot give what they don't have. So when they know the fire, they will take it down, inspire the students, and they can become amazing people. We want to raise students who are innovative thinkers, problem solvers, who will become valuable to enhance our national prosperity. It's time for education to be right, and it's time for us to let them know that they are indeed limitless. They are the reason we're doing this. They are the reason we're doing this. And we cannot fail them. We cannot fail them. Truly, our students are limitless. Thank you.
Next up, we have Blessing Tequila. Good afternoon, everyone. I feel like a celebrity today. All thanks to IHS and Limitless Space Institute. My name is Blessing Akila. I'm originally from Plateau State, but I live and work at Ekwa Secondary School, Benue State, Makurdi. During my service here at the school, Federal Government Girls College, Kiana, Nasarawa State, I never wanted to be a teacher in the first place. But during my service here, I was given the opportunity to teach a set of girls from a refugee camp, which the federal government was sponsoring at that time. These were girls who cannot even construct a sentence in English. So I was asked, coming from Plateau State here, I was asked to teach them mathematics in Hausa. So it was, my colleagues they will all come round, the other couples will come round and be imagining how I would teach. Imagine teaching fractions in Hausa. It was amazing. And the way I impacted those girls at that time, I think that was when I picked up the passion. And I knew that I would make a difference in Nigeria. I currently use my social media page. I leverage on social media to reach out to other teachers. I share my experiences about making mathematics a fun subject. I'm sure if I go around now and I ask everyone, do you love mathematics? I'm sure a lot of us here hate mathematics. Because we had traumatic experience from the past, from our teachers. All wicked teachers, once a teacher is seen as wicked, everyone was scream maths teachers. So I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to change the narrative about mathematics being a boring subject. And because of some of the posts I made on social media, someone drew my attention to this application, and I went for it. I wanted to get an avenue where I can spur my students to be critical thinkers. I want my learners to be students who would not just solve mathematics on a piece of paper. When this opportunity came, I was thinking, how do I integrate mathematics
space education into mathematics. I linked up with Casey and Shaka, and they sent me some materials. I went through it. And do you know that before any rocket is launched into space, there are mathematicians that do a lot of calculations? And when I told my students about that, they were so fascinated. And one of the activities we did was geometry and space. We calculated how geometry is applied to check whether there's going to be a partial eclipse or a total eclipse. And at the end of the day, my students designed a solar model, and it was amazing. They've never living in Benue at a bank before. Once you tell anyone you stay in North Bank, they that place is prevalent with so many vices. And so giving these children hope that they can match with their counterparts in the Western world is what I get joy in doing. I want to thank the LSI, the Limitless Space Institute, and IHS for this wonderful opportunity. I want to thank them so much. I said in the morning that I get the chance to visit Lagos. I've been here in Lagos all my life. This is my first time in Lagos State. The Limitless Space Institute. And I said again, this is the first time I boarded a plane in my life. A life-changing experience for me. Thank you so much, LSI. Thank you so much, IHS.
Thank you, Blessing. Next up, we have
Good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon, ma'am. Because my name is Maranatha. A chemistry teacher with Federal Government College, Jos Plateau State, and I also volunteer with Deaf Technology Foundation in Jos. I teach them chemistry using sign language. Ready to sign language. I want to appreciate IHS giving us a step, but they're giving our learners a and I know after this, our learners will not only have a leap, but they'll have very fast movement when it comes to space exploration and STEM education, even in Nigeria. Now, to say, I actually got inspired through one question asked by one of my deaf learners when I was teaching elements. And she asked, where do elements come from? As a student back then, I've never imagined that. I just had teachers who would come, tell me hydrogen, helium, lithium, radium, but we do not know where these elements come from. So when she asked me that question, and unfortunately she came late to class, I said, okay, for coming late, just hold up. In our next class, we'll talk about it. So I had to go back and do a research, and I was able to read on the Big Bang story. And it was fascinating how I was able to understand nuclear fusion and also nuclear fission. I teach that, but I understood it practically. So in our next class, I explained to them how that these elements come from the stars. And that was the little and myopic understanding I had when I had the opportunity to apply for the Global Educators Program. And I saw that we are supposed to make a short video. I was like, what would I tell them? And immediately the flash of that classroom experience came to mind. And when I saw that, I said, with what I'm already foreseeing that I will learn, I think I will learn so much to be able to connect chemistry with space exploration. So I talked about the Big Bang story and how my student actually inspired me to go on a research to get about the Big Bang story. And from day one of our learning experience, I only knew about the solar system fear of it. But as we go on and on, I could connect what I've been teaching for years now with this new concept. Like I earlier mentioned, we cannot actually give what we don't have. If I've not been exposed to this learning experience, I will not be able to practically explain to them the reactions that go on in space rockets and be able to inspire some of these learners to become deal with the materials that these astronauts put on, physics, and a whole lot. Now, we've actually carried out hands-on activities thanks to IHS for providing quite a number of materials in the STEM kits. I know that there was a time that I was looking at acid, base, and salt, and we're looking at pH value of substances. And I got a soil. I told them I got it from Mars. I told them, Mom, where did you travel? So I got, we're giving test tubes. So I just diluted turmeric and water. And I told them, this is an astronaut's urine. So what I wanted to achieve, because she came to my class and told them that astronauts drink their urines. And they were like, how? And this is where distillation comes in. And I told them, okay, this is an astronaut urine. We want to test first whether the urine is acidic, or it is neutral, or it is basic before we start the process of distillation. So this in itself tells that when there are limited resources, what do you do? If you're in a place where there's no water, what do you do? So we're taught that over there they have limited water. In fact, water is being transported. We want to see how hydrogen and oxygen are being combined to form water, and how we're told that the astronauts actually purify their urine to be able to drink, and the cycle continues. And I was able to bring that to the class. And what excited me was that immediately after my class was the break period, we never knew that the break was over. And the reason was because they were all engaged, there was collaboration, they were debating against themselves. No, how do you say that the PK should be 7? No, it is not. Can you check again? What do we? And they were just busy asking questions. I just stood afar off and was watching them debating and solving problems. Their creativity came to bear. They were able to be innovative to answer some questions that I still ask them. So I want to appreciate the IHS. One of my favorite professors said, if you want to change a nation, you begin from the classroom. And until we empower teachers with the right knowledge, we will not have a future that we actually dream of. So thank you so much. We are actually open to learning. Change is constant. Our mindset has been changed, and we would want to continue this and this further. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And she's absolutely right. They do drink their own urine, but it's very, very clean. That's science. Yesterday's coffee is tomorrow's coffee. All right. Next up, we have Joshua James.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's time for the existing protocol. My name is Joshua James, and I'm a teacher at Green Park Primary School, SCT, Abuja, Kaduna District. I just want to share my small story, little story. While I was in secondary school, for some reason, when I looked at the night sky, I just knew something was there that we just do not understand. So in my geography class, my teacher was just teaching me about the solar system, the planets, and their revolution. That was all. So I wasn't feeling it, and then that was it. But when I graduated from the university, on my own, I would just be searching things about space exploration, and I don't know why. All of a sudden, I just discovered. I was like, how far? And to you, that is not important. So I went back to that, to you, that is not important. So I went back to that message, and I don't think I saw something about space exploration. That was how I started. I just sat down. I started going through it, and the person who put up those questions in that application process. When I saw the questions, I was like, what is this? Because I need to sit down to understand the questions in the first place and what they are demanding from us. Because the process wasn't funny. It's when I went through it, and I discovered I had just 3 days to the deadline. So I started putting all the materials together because they required a lot of things. I sat down 10 a.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 12, I was looking for progress. I was still on this application. I said, space science, and then there is an institute that wants to train us. I need to apply for this. And I think it was the very last day I completed my application. So I was following the institute when they said they were going to send the list of people who have been selected. And on that particular day, I was just waiting. And then we got the message that, sorry, due to the application process, they will have to give it some more days and all of that. Like, oh God. And I was like, I need to get this, I must get this. And so, on the very day Casey's message came, I saw that message 2 minutes after she sent it. And I screamed in the class, I started just going back, I said, what is this? You don't understand, because I'm getting something that is something that I've been passionate about, and it looks like an institute is going to train me on this. And the journey started. And with my students, I came back and explained to my students, this is what is happening. This is like, oh really? Let us see what we have. And I want to say, the journey from January has been incredible, has been fantastic. The Limitless Space Institute, Casey has always been with us. She's like a mother to all of us right now. IHS, for the support. At one point, I said, when I asked him, have you met with IHS or Peter? I said, I've not met them, but they are the sponsors. That's what Casey does. And that's where we are right now. And so, when I started, I decided to carry out an experiment. And the one way I decided to do my students, so I brought it to the classroom and we were able to put some magnets signifying the asteroid belts. And when I explained everything to them, I just left them to do what the asteroid is. I mean, brother, make sure you don't cross the line. If you cross the line, you are wrong. If you cross the line, you're already in space. So I said, okay, this is what happens when into space. And look at my students simulating this exact experience in their classroom. And then there was a student, she's so right from the age, I knew she wanted to be a civil engineer. But after this activity, she came and met me, are you sure I'm not going to switch to something that has to do with space science? The choice is good, and then she came out to me and one day I said, I'm already in year 11, and for me right now, I think it's 8. But then, I will definitely look for a way to incorporate this into my other activities. So we've had other activities as well, and it has been incredible. So just last week, I told them I'll be coming for an educators program here in Lagos, and I believe they said yes. And they came up, when I was about to leave, they came up with this. This is from grade 12, that this was handmade. They made it themselves. Incredible things inside about space. Due to time, I won't be able to read this, but I just want to take 2 of this. Here we have from Chiso, thank you so very much. You are an inspiration to us students. The other one, God bless you, ma'am, for your effort. The programs you put together empowering our beloved chemistry teacher, Mr. Joshua, thank you, Casey Heights. This is another person's story. Due to time, I won't be able to take this. So I want to say my students have been inspired, and for me as a person, apart from even my students, me as a person, I have also been inspired, and I want to appreciate the Limitless Space Educators and the IHS for this incredible work. And I want this to go beyond this time. Sustainability, that's what we are advocating for right now. And we have stakeholders in the educational sector. Please, I don't know if there's any way we can incorporate space science into our curriculum. There's one thing I tried with my students, because this is the first time. I know first time in chemistry, they always tell you what are the career prospects in chemistry, or what can you use to become, the knowledge of chemistry, what do you get for? And so, I said, space science. When we got to space science, I said, you need the knowledge of chemistry for you to be able to. And then, but the moment I mentioned space science, you want to get your students' attention. Just see something about space, you get their attention. Just mention space. Students that might be do all of a sudden you will come and they have 1,000 questions to ask. I have a question. The start serious about start, the moon, and all of that. So I'm thinking that we take this back to key stakeholders that space science or space education be incorporated into our curriculum. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
I teach first science and mathematics at the First Workforce Development School, Aboru. Aboru community in Lagos is another sub-community, rural community outside of Apaja, where you are looking for the sub-community in Apaja, where the site, so you have kids, those parents are used to selling a pepper and tomato, and some of them are households who migrate to Lagos. And coming to, I was moved to that school just last year. And when I came to that school, I told them the story. I said, yes, you guys